to another exciting episode of New to Vero 2. I'm your presenter, Shabu RU, and today we're going to be reviewing IDW's G.I. Joe, A Real American Hero, issue number 251. Now, if you've been following with IDW's run, they've been pretty heavy on the ninjas. I mean, ninjas everywhere. So we're pumping the brakes on that and going into the heart and soul of G.I. Joe, the military aspect, and focusing on some of the, maybe the predominant and not so predominant characters. Well, we don't know where Larry Hama is going to go with this. But the first special mission is featuring everyone's favorite Joe, Stalker. I also wanted to take this opportunity to showcase my new t-shirt. Does this scream 80s or what? Of course, it's of everyone's favorite wet dream, the Baroness. I think this is from a Blondie cover, but I wish there was more. I could find out where I could get more of these, but this was like a one-shot deal I found in Orlando. So I'm really glad to be sporting this because this just screams 80s, and I'm all about that. So let's dive into the episode and into the comic, and maybe you should go out and pick one up yourself. Because now is the time to get into reading G.I. Joe again. I mean, Larry Hama has been pumping out some great storylines. So anybody that was into the Marvel run could pick up right now and you'll be, right in pace. So here we go. Here we are at issue number 251. Moving on from the death of Snake Eyes and the dawn of the Arashikage stories. G.I. Joe, A Real American Hero, and Larry Hama is quietly pumping out one after another compelling storylines. So, with number 251, we are pumping the brakes on everything ninja to bring back special missions. Back in October of '86, Marvel released a second book titled Special Missions, which came out every other month. Note that this was during the zenith of the vintage run. These books were more often than not penned by other writers other than Hama, but you can tell he was in the background as often they would segue or come off the regular run. Other things to note: they took on a more of a darker and grown-up feel than the regular run. They gave secondary characters a platform, and they also introduced new characters and vehicles. With IDW, Hama has hinted in bringing back special missions as part of the regular run. So, in this rebirth, the storyline follows Stalker. As one of the original 13 Joes, Stalker has always been one of the more popular Joes. Before Duke's arrival, Stalker was Hawk's primary point man, but of course he would eventually make way for both Duke and Flint. Now, in this issue, we have Stalker having a flashback in Vietnam, and we see the famous episode of when Snake Eyes gets shot and Storm Shadow comes to rescue him, and how Stalker had to, tell them to leave Snake Eyes. This time he tries to help, but a nightmare is pulling him back. He's going through post-traumatic stress disorder, something that a lot of veterans go through. So Stalker is trying to overcome this while still be someone that's dependable and count on by the Joe team. And, this episode goes through a secret mission and how Stalker has to persevere and overcome that. So basically that's this episode in a nutshell. I really liked it a lot. I think it's great that you're getting away from the ninjas and going more into the ground and pound military aspects, but having a dash of what veterans actually go through. So in the next special missions, Larry Hama is going to bring up the Baroness, and we'll review that one next month. Well, thank you for paying attention, and look forward to next episode of New to Vero 2. Have a wonderful day.